Hello, and welcome to another week of Light to My Path, our 2025 Bible reading plan. This week is such an awesome, I say this a lot, but I just love the readings this week. We're reading Ephesians 3 through 6, so that's the rest of Ephesians, and then we're starting Romans on Friday. I'm going to hold off Romans talk for next week. This week, I just want to give you a little bit on Ephesians 3, 4, 5, and 6. I love Ephesians. It's just one of my favorites. I think if you could read and take in one letter that captures the biggest of Paul's thought, it would be Ephesians. And so there's just simply too much to say. I apologize. So I want to be short. For one thing, Ephesians 3 has some of the most amazing and powerful things that we could read. For one, it gives us a sense of what the mystery is that's been hidden through all generations in 3 verse 6. That is, that the Gentiles, so not God's people, would become part of God's people and sharers in the promise of the Messiah Jesus through the gospel. And so what this means is that God's mysterious plan from before the foundations of the world, we read that earlier in Ephesians, God's plan always has been to gather up people from all over the world, all over the globe, all nations, Gentiles, Jews, everyone, to gather them all up together through the Messiah Jesus, because of the good news that gets shared. This was always God's plan. This was always God's intention. This is what God most deeply wants, and he's kept hidden until the time when people like Paul and Peter and John and Jesus let that be known. So that's the first thing. That's awesome. The second thing, the purpose of the church, one of the purposes of the church, is that through the church, he says in verse 10, the wisdom of God, this wisdom, this good news, the gospel of God, would be made known not just to the rest of the world, but to the powers, like the evil powers that think they're in charge. The way that they learn they've been defeated and are no longer in charge is because we, the church, bear witness to it and give voice to it through our love, our service, our mercy, our deeds, and our words. And that's what the church is for. It's cosmic. It's awesome. But then I just want to point your attention. I'm sticking with chapter 3. Chapter 4 is awesome, and I could talk about that forever. 5 is a little challenging, a little difficult to understand, but it's all about how to be in relationships as Jesus followers. It should be a constant battle to go under and serve one another, to love one another, to submit to one another, to go under just like Jesus did to love and serve. And chapter 6 is more of that, but then also the spiritual warfare stuff I talked about a few weeks ago on Sunday. It's awesome. Anyway, chapter 3, in verses, 14 through the end of the chapter, he gives an awesome prayer for us, for the church. It is a prayer that I'll be honest, I wish I prayed this prayer every day for my family, for my friends and neighbors, and for you, for the church. Like, this is a prayer that we could and should be praying for one another all the time. It's just beautiful. And so I'm going to ask you, pray this for me, pray this for the church, not just for Central, but pray it for Central, but pray it for all of the churches. Pray it for the church worldwide. It's great. Anyway, I hope you have a great week of reading. This is just it's just the best. It's the best. Read this and enjoy it and love it. And when you have questions about it, please ask me. I'd love to be able to talk with you about these things. All right. Have a great week of reading.